welcome back to Y&R For Life, where we talk about all things Y&R related. We talk about what's going on, my predictions, what do I think's going to happen. Hey, we even talk about fashion on the show from time to time because I'm a big time fashion girl, so we got to spill the tea about that. If you're new to this channel, my question is, what took you so long to get here? And if you are returning, what's up? Long time no see. It has been, yet again, another sleepy week. I don't know what's going on, but you'll hear about it. All right. A couple of disclaimers. If you don't want to know what's going on, you kind of want to get caught up on your own, this may not be what you want to see or hear, but I am so grateful that you are here. And if I happen to not mention something, it could be because I plumb forgot or it just wasn't newsworthy as far as I was concerned, so I didn't bother mentioning it. It is what it is, nature of the beast, that's what I like to say. And lastly, if you like this type of content, you like what you see, you like what you hear, it would be so great if you hit that like and subscribe, and also hit the bell notification so that you don't miss a single video that I post here on Y&R For Life. All right, let's get into it. Okay, the beginning of the week, we saw Phyllis. I guess she kind of hailed Billy down at the club. Billy was getting ready to go for a workout. She's like, no, come here. They have their little words talking, and honestly, Phyllis was almost like begging, and not begging for her job, but begging to like, let's get this going, let's do whatever. So Billy's like, looky here, yeah, no, I don't think this is gonna work. It's not gonna work out. Bottom line, Billy fires Phyllis. We saw this coming a mile away. I don't know if you didn't see it coming. Maybe you were sleeping like I was, because a couple times I'm sure this week I fell asleep while it was playing because it was that sleepy. Anyway, yeah, so he fired her. She's like, you can't do this to me. What are you talking about? Like, I'm totally into this. Like, I'm going to give my all. It's all hands on deck, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no. I don't think you get it. I keep saying things to you. You keep promising this, you keep promising that, and it's not happening. She's like, why? Because I'm trying to look out for my son? Like, are you kidding me? You have kids. Like, what? He's like, yeah, I understand this, but you need to focus on, like, you. Don't even focus on Daniel because he doesn't want the help. Oh, boy. Well, meanwhile, Daniel was with Tessa at Crimson Lights. She now is like the best friend. She wants to be the best friend. And, for him to lay out his problems to and tell how he feels and, all the feels. Daniel's like, oh, I don't know if you want any part of that. And she's like, no. I want to be there for you. I'm sure you do, Tessa. Mark my words, it's coming. I can feel it, and that's when I'm gonna be like sitting with popcorn, just watching and waiting. But that's just me. Okay, so basically, after Phyllis gets fired, she's sitting there losing her noodle at the table, and then Daniel basically calls her and says, look, yeah, I won't be able to make it for breakfast. She's like, what are you talking about? You come on. And he's like, no. Something came up, and yeah, no. She's like, are you avoiding me? Like, you trying not to be? He's like, yeah, pretty much. And yeah, because I don't want to hear anything about Abbott Communications. I'm not interested in it. I will never go back there. It's not happening. Like, I need to figure out my life. And I don't need you to, she goes, I promise I won't say anything, I promise. And he's like, yeah, no, it's okay. I'm talking to somebody who's helping me and whatnot. She's like, what? You can't talk to me? Your mom? He's like, yeah, no, okay, bye, Mom. And that conversation was over. Okay. So anyway, Tessa's like, are you all right? Are you all right, Daniel? He's like, yeah, well, I was just talking to my mom and blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, well, you know what? Tell me whatever, because again, I'm your friend, and all right, we'll see about that and see how close they get. Because remember, Tessa was once with Noah, And so it's not far-fetched for her to go back to a guy and leave Mariah all by herself. And we will get to that. All right. So, oh, before the phone call ended with Phyllis and Daniel, Phyllis, Daniel said to Phyllis, Mom, like it's your vision, it's what you want, run with it, go, basically be free. And she's like, I can't do that, Daniel. He's like, what's going on? Billy fired me. Well, Daniel just was like, what? Are you kidding me? I'm going to talk to him. She's like, no, don't do that. Well, Daniel didn't listen, as usual. He hightails it off to the club. He finds Billy, I guess, after his workout, and he basically goes off on him. Like, what are you doing? Like, how could you fire my mom? That's not right. Whatever is going on with me has nothing to do with her. Blah, 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 blah. And Billy's like, you know what, Daniel? I'm not getting into this. I'm trying to start a fight. And, what are you going to do, Billy? Go all Rocky on this guy? Oh, Billy boy. All right. Yeah, that whole conversation didn't go anywhere because Billy is sticking to his guns, He's sticking to his guns. Yeah. So basically, Phyllis went to Crimson Lights in the hopes of finding Daniel, but that's when she sees Tessa. And through a conversation with Tessa, she finds out that Tessa is the person that Daniel is speaking to, the friend. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, this is interesting. All right, fast forward throughout the week, Phyllis and Tessa ended up meeting at the club, I think the Jazz Lounge. And basically, Phyllis wants Tessa to, albeit spy on Daniel and like report back to her. And Tessa's like, no, that's not happening. You and I have different parenting skills, and that's you want me to spy on your son? Not gonna happen. And she's like, no, not really spying. Yeah, no, it sounds a lot like spying. Not gonna happen. Not doing it. And that was basically case closed. So there's that whole Phyllis is losing her mind, so much so that she had gone to the club where Sally and Billy were at one point in time, and I will backtrack, but she was with Billy and Sally, and she plopped herself down at their table, poured herself some champagne, and was like toasting herself, and she basically threatened Billy at the end of her little rant and said, mark my words, are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? Yeah, you're going to pay for this. Whew. Now I kind of believe that she will do something. What she will do, time will tell. We'll find out. But that was basically Phyllis and her whole rant, and she's a day late, a dollar short at this point. We all know this. All right, that whole Martin episode, she has not recovered, nor I don't even know if she will. Hopefully, but I don't know. Anyway, so moving right along, because again, sleepy week. Who should we talk about? Okay, at one point in time, we saw Chelsea and Sally with Summer. Chelsea, she basically asked for Summer and Sally, all these S words. She asked for Summer and Sally to meet her at Society, and she basically tells Summer, yeah, I'm about ready to bounce. Another opportunity has come up, and, I'm highly thinking of jumping ship. Summer's like, oh my gosh, is another fashion house trying to poach you? Like, oh my goodness. She's like, no. So in Chelsea's mind, she was going to sit back and tell Summer to promote Sally to her position if she was leaving. Meanwhile, Sally's like, oh, what? Because now she has the opportunity to work with Billy Boy as COO of Abbott Communications. Now, my question is, Sally, once again, you know you're my girl, but you have been spewing how much you love fashion. It's a part of your, like, again, you and I, we're like two peas in a pod in that respect. Like, fashion is, like, in real life, fashion is my life. I love it. I enjoy it. It makes me smile. So if you're sitting back going on and on and on about you love fashion, it's in your blood, blah, 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 why would you think to go and work with Billy at Abbott Communications, which has nothing to do with the fashion industry? Once again, you even said that you did the fashion, the designing, you did the interior design, because that lasted for a hot second. They should have furthered that. I'm just saying, but whatever. So why would you go to, and you too, Chelsea, why would you go to whatever, Newman, whatever? Why would you go to that just because of Adam? Okay, that's weird. Because you love fashion as well. So I'm confused. Anyway, Summer was basically having like somewhat of a breakdown. She's like, I can't believe I'd be losing my two lead, designers. Like, this is crazy. So if you're not aware, Summer is leaving the show. So Allison is like, she's going. And I believe the episode that aired this week, where she basically said she has to go off to find a new, I guess, fashion people in order to take over the positions. Yeah, I think that was her last episode, if I'm not mistaken. But we shall see. Anyway, I think that's the last of her. And you know what? All the best. Okay, bye. Right. Okay, we saw Damien and Lily, Miss High and Mighty. You are, you know what? Am I the only one that at this point in time could care less who Aristotle Dumas is? Like, they've been talking about this person, but I heard someone's theory today. And I was like, you know what? That would be a twist. That if Aristotle was actually Holden. But I don't think so, because it's supposed to be somebody who was previously on the show to come back. So yes, people are, I said Kane. Apparently Daniel Goddard has now moved over to General Hospital. So if they do bring back Kane's character, more than likely it's got to be a new Kane. But if you recall, I think it was Ashley, so Eileen Davidson, at one time she was on Young and Restless and what was it? Not General Hospital, Days of Our Lives. I think she was on both of those shows, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, she was on Young and Restless and then went to Bold and Beautiful, same character. So I don't know. Because right now, at times they bring Kevin back, which I haven't seen him in a while. But as far as I know, he's on Days of Our Lives with Judith Chapman, a.k.a. Gloria. So who knows? But anyway, so it could be Kane, maybe a new Kane, and it could be Tucker. I don't know who on God's green earth else it could be, but it could be one of them. Just saying. I'm hoping that my prediction will be true, that it will be Kane, but we shall see. If it's Tucker, I'm happy because he brought so much humor to the show. Somebody even said it was Drusilla. Not happening. Victoria Rowell is not coming back. No siree. Just saying. Yeah, so that's whatever that is. But Lily and Damien are having their little chit chats. But Lily, you very well know that you got the hots for this guy. Because there you are, like, swirling around red wine. I don't get it. They bore me. She basically wants, she's needling Damien to um, basically set up a meeting with her and Dumas, and oh God, forget it. And I didn't like Damien's shirt, that little floral thing. I didn't like that. It just looked too Miami Vice for me. Not on him. Mm-mm. A little too slippery, silky. I didn't like it. That's just me. All right. But I did like Sally's hairdo with the ponytail with the like the bumps there. I did like that, so I'll give her that. Um, yeah. So not Damien and Lily. Don't really need to mention them too much because they were boring. All right. So we saw Victor talking to Audra. Audra is going on about this whole uh, cosmetics company that she's starting. I can't even remember the name of it. Really not important. She went on to needle Kyle, as you know, and Kyle basically met up with her at some point in time. Like they bumped into one another at the coffee house, and he was like needling her. She was needling back. Eventually, Claire walks in. Audra says something to Claire about if you're looking for your boyfriend who da 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 da, he's right there. She's like, why are you so rude? Oh, why are you so rude? And I'm like, that's a way to get him. And yeah, so Audra, you're gonna end up falling, and you're gonna fall pretty hard, because even like Nate came back from the trip, was it Boston with Amy and Damien, and yeah, you carried on like you missed him, but he basically was like, what's going on with this cosmetics company? Is it coming off the ground, like everything working well? And she's like, yeah, I'm just waiting for funding. You're still waiting for funding? Like, are you kidding me? You have no funding yet from Victor? Like, what's going on? And she's like, well, and he's like, Audra, you're going to get burned. Uh, no truer words have you spoken, Nathaniel. She is going to get burned. She even was there with Sally. Sally made a comment to her after I guess they were out for a run. I don't know if they were together or they met up together, whatever. And Sally made a comment about Holden, and Audra just snapped. She was like, why does everybody think there's something going on with me and Holden? Like, this is ridiculous. This is past. And she's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry. Maybe it was something that I shouldn't have said. Maybe it was poor judgment, but whoa. Yeah. What's going on between the two of you? Obviously, there's something. And I hope one day you will trust me enough to tell me, because obviously this is really impacting your life. So, yeah, Audra, might as well come clean, because we all know that there's something going on. That something went on. Maybe not going on right now, but something went on. All right. Who shall we talk about yet? Okay, we saw Nicholas come back. Sharon came back, and we saw Adam talk to Victor and basically tell Victor that he is offering Chelsea the COO position. And basically Victor gave his blessing, blah, blah, blah. Nick, of course, was a little standoffish, but he's like, hey, man, it's not my business. Do your thing, whatever. yeah, once again, boring. We did see Chelsea basically accept the position. We also saw Sally tell Billy that she will accept the position. Great. Moving right along. I think the last person that we will talk about. We did see Michael with Lauren. Lauren basically told Michael, you need to jump ship. Enough of this nonsense. You're going to get bit in the ass. Like, cut it out. Like, where does your allegiance lie? With Victor or with your friends? And even Diane chimed in and was like, this is straight crazy. Like, what are you doing? And basically, Michael is playing like double agent. What he's trying to accomplish here, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to, like, for Victor and Jack to be like bosom buddies, but it's not gonna happen. Michael, be prepared to go to a Peruvian prison or something again. Like, this is not gonna fare well for you. No. Right. So we saw that. We saw Billy go over to the Abbott mansion, see the new changes, and basically freak out and go, yeah, there was nothing wrong with it before, because at this point in time, it doesn't feel like home. But yeah, he realizes he doesn't live there, so whatever. He did say, yeah, Diane, you did a great job, but yeah, no, it's not good. But whatever. I don't see why that really needed to be in the show this week, but who really cares? Maybe it was a filler as far as I'm concerned. All right. Lastly, because there's probably like little bits and pieces. Like I told you, there was a lot of this going on, but nothing was really going on. Mariah. Okay. Oh, my Lanta. I can't believe they took a whole show for Mariah to go on and on about something she did while she was away. And it was so bad that she doesn't want Tessa to know. And up to now, we don't know what she did. That's what I'm telling you. They took a whole show for her to sit down with Sharon and say, oh, Mom, I did something so ridiculous. Okay, we know she drank, and we know she drank some more. That's as much as we know. Something so horrible that there's no way she can that Tessa could ever find out what she did. Okay, so why are you... Mariah, sister. Okay, if you've done something so bad that basically you don't want nobody to know, why are you telling Sharon? I know you didn't say that you didn't want anybody to know, but to me, the fact that you're saying that you've done something so wrong, that you wouldn't want anybody to know. Take it to your grave. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not an advocate of lying, but nobody has to know. Just leave it where it was. So now she's going to end up singing to the choir about whatever she did. And I guarantee you Tessa's going to find out. And this will leave the room open for Tessa and Daniel. Yeah, so we don't know. Oh, I forgot one important part. Cole. Okay, Cole started with a cough. Now it's gone to cough. And in a matter of like a scene. Okay, and then I don't mean to laugh, but I'm like, this seems so far-fetched. Okay, he's like, maybe I caught something on the way back from my trip. And yeah, okay, so basically, Victoria's like, yeah, I'm going to call the doctor and tell them your symptoms, and and that you're coming in right away. No, you want to take the man right to Emerge. That's where you want to take him, not to the doctors. What are you talking about? And then he's like, no, Claire, stay away, because Whatever I have could be contagious. Meanwhile, Victoria's like right over his shoulder. I'm like, Claire, no. Okay, bye, Dad. If it was me, if that was my dad, I don't care. I'm off with him. No, I'm not going over to Kyle's to talk about us moving in together and making plans and arrangements and then getting out hot in the collar because the guy was looking at places. He looked at Adam's place that he had that it's up for sale. Who knew? And I'd be off with my mom. It's okay, Dad. Bye. Silliness. Straight silliness. So let's hope that Cole doesn't kick the bucket because the way he sounds is like he's caught something like major that might bump him off. And hopefully it doesn't happen. Victoria does need a good guy in her life, some sort of stability, because we have seen her in the past with some crazy, crazy guys. But anyway, Cole, Tower of Sunshine. He's always been a nice guy, but whatever. So that was pretty much it. Again, a whole lot of craziness, a whole lot of nothing. I'm just saying. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this week coming will be I keep saying this every week. Fingers crossed that next week will be better. Put it this way. Let's hope for the best. Probably expect the worst, but let's still hope for the best. So there you have it, folks. That was pretty much the week. Yeah. So let's just see if Aristotle Dumas happens to show up. Not that I care anymore, because there was all this lead up and it's not going anywhere. But whatever. All right. So if you stayed to the end, I'm so grateful. You know I love you lots. I really appreciate it. And once again, if you like this type of content, you like what you see, you like what you hear, please feel free to hit that bell notification and also click the like and share. And what? Share, 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 because sharing is caring. At least I think so. So I will see you next week. You take care.